Hi and welcome. This is Elena with Angel Messages with Elena. I thought I would do a spread or an angelic message for all of you single women trying to meet that single male. I call it solo female, hearts, solo male. Will it be true love, destiny, happy ever after? So I'm going to do a reading that I have done the spread myself. It's actually divine masculine and feminine, and we get to see all the energies. Now at my Etsy shop, I do a 21 spread for $35, and it goes really in depth if you're looking for, just working with someone in career or romance, soulmates. This is really great. If you're trying to balance your logical with your artistic side, it's really good for that as well. And it also deals with your family for all your, the boys, the young men in your life, and the young girls. And when you are a parent and your kids are still living at home, you can still do the spread. Okay, so I've already pulled out the overall energies for the male and female, and then I'll start pulling cards. So overall for the female, we have up in the air, right? Indecisive females. This is like when they have something that is an expectation that maybe is unreachable at this time, that they're still reaching and reaching and reaching, but it's so far away. So they haven't really mastered how to bring that balloon in, so they all get in. That is manifesting, that is praying for your heart's desire. So that's the overall feminine energy that is out there in the world. Again, this is general message, and I do personalized messaging, right? So this is, could be what's going on out there. So this is a beautiful card for the divine masculine. It's the Queen of Roses. Wow. I think more men are ready for love, because there is a woman that is coming to show these men how to take care of these women. This is like the Empress. So she holds the rose, and the rose is the most beautiful, the most not just beautiful, and the fragrance is beautiful, but the most healing power is the rose. So it's very beautiful. So men, don't give up hope. There is a woman out there who's going to teach you how to, treat a woman. All right. And if you're a female, I think you'll probably have to make a decision and make your expectations, instead of being so vague, be more specific of who you're looking for. So let me go ahead and start pulling cards for the feminine, for the females out there. I want females. Oh, cards are just falling everywhere. So there's like messages for the females. Female. Don't we just love when cards just go all over? Hold on one second. Again, don't we just love when cards just fall everywhere and then your phone falls everywhere? Alright, well, I'm not going to edit that because I think there's messages in there. So we'll leave it as that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's get 6 cards for the masculine, for the single males. Oh, this is always so much fun, right? My hair is always a mess when I'm doing this, so sorry, I apologize for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more cards for the single males. 1 more. Alright. So, let's get into the heart of this reading. We got everything pulled, And I'm going to pull them according to what there are on each other's sides. So we did this overall situation and how the men and the females are kind of feeling. They're, at least the men are wanting to be uh, to be taught. This is really beautiful because this is a really great change that we are needing. All right, so at the top, the first card, we have the King of Keys. Isn't that interesting? Because the King comes in, and this is feminine side. So it's like there is like a real masculine part of this that is wanting to be logical and to be the ones who, do the sorting and to the feminine is really changing on how they're picking their mates. All right, so this is about the right man coming home to the palace. Is like, usually it's a card about you've gone through so much struggles and now the masculine is coming home. So I think that's really beautiful if you are a female, and you might be up in the air overall energy, but you're waiting for that man to come home. So this is soulmate, this is twin flame, this is a significant other that you can live here on this plane. It's really beautiful energy. The key is that you have the key. The king is a physical person who's coming in as a male. All right, on the male side, their first card is the garden, right? The Five of Roses. So this is like you men are in the garden and you're doing the selection process too. So you're looking too close because you got telescopes, you got the little girl who has the magnifying glass. So it's like taking a step back and looking at the woman not so critically and not so up close, and you'll take a view back, put this don't look at it so far away and not too close, but look at women in perspective and how God has made them and how beautiful and intelligent. And we both have complex bodies and moods and emotions. So it's really about bridging into finding that perfect mate, that perfect someone that you could live on this plane, not just soulmate and twin flame. All right, so the second card on the feminine, we have the initiation of Saint-Germain. Now he is the 14 card. The Saint-Germain that I like to go into is actually the little girl who was abused because she was deformed. There was something wrong with her. So yeah, so men, this might be somebody that you're coming into that is just like you. They've been abused, they've been hurt, but they wanting to change. This little girl had faith and she brought people in and she fed them. She lived in the barn and she invited strangers to sleep in the barn to have at least a shelter as they continued on their journey. In the end, her stepmother did come to Christ, to come into a faith, and brought her into her household. Her body was indestructible, and no matter what they put in there, her body was indestructible, and people got healing from her. So this is a beautiful story how you might come from a really bad abuse or a bad childhood, or from poverty, but you can be something even more beautiful with all of those scars. They're mending. Okay, so don't think that you're ugly. Don't think that I am no good, because you're beautiful, you're intelligent. I mean, you're watching this, so you're wanting to learn. All right, so that's beautiful. All right, so the men on the second card is the winged messengers. That's really interesting because again, you're getting all roses. 2 of roses. 2 for me is about the woman. It's about child. It's about taking care of your body. So men, do some self-care. Again, roses. You've gotten like all roses. It's really beautiful. Winged messengers is looking for the signs, and the angels are leading you. So right, you have the queen. She's going to be leading you to interpret messages from the angels for you to get into this destined meeting. Maybe you're meeting him on social media. Maybe it's somebody that you're going to be walking into. So it's really important to listen to your angels. Look to winged vehicles such as airplanes or gliders. When you see those, look around for a message. When you see 444s, it means that your angels are with you. 777s is that you're on the right path. Okay, so those are the two sets of numbers that I go by, that the angels, that's my vocabulary that I use with the angels. Everything is set on the table, so it's like it's presenting itself to you. So be in awareness, be present, and look for those messages. Wow, so cool. Okay, so the third card on the female side is setting your course. You have the Three of Scrolls. Three of Scrolls is tapping into knowledge. It's tapping into things that from the past, from the present, into the future. Anything that is energetically is going to help you set your course. The Three of Scrolls is about the foundation, male, female, God. Okay, a perfect marriage, equal on all three sides. So you're being set on your course. It's like you're you're starting to focus, right? Instead of being so vague and broad, you are actually going to take this and you're going to be specific in who you're looking for, because that is so key for manifestation. So yeah, that's really beautiful. And towards the end, I'll show you how to do something to really bring in this beautiful meeting. So the third card on the male side is Adsum. Now, Adsum is the number 22 card. To me, that means there's a powerful force that is going to propel you. It's a wealthy force. It's prosperous. It's Kahil is a woman who has so much integrity and power within herself. She don't have to be like a man, which is feminine. She could be poised and have grace and beauty like a regular female, right? Feminine. That is the true meaning of feminine, not us trying to be like male. So Atsum is a community of your spirit guides, of your spirit animals, of angels, of divine, and also family, your friends. They're all coming together and they're giving you support. So you may want to ask for it. It's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to learn. And it's like, this woman is coming in and teach me. I need your support. So you have a whole community that's coming in on your side to give you support. Beautiful. Okay, so number 4 card for the feminine is the Queen of Forces. So the Queen of Forces is the balance of the male and female, of creativity, of reflection, of intuition, of instead of being all logical and push, now you're going to be feminine and receive, because this is like also receiving messages. It's kind of like when you have sex. We are on the receiving end because sperm comes within our uterus. Okay, so it's like that. It's like we're the container that we receive love, and it's the man who does the propelling, right, and the action for us to love. And it's beautiful because when you are in a beautiful sexual relationship, that when a man has sex, you actually open up his heart chakra through having sex. Okay, and then it's us who are receiving, because there's something about us being the receptor to the man's essence that is very attractive. And I think that's why sex is so way out there. I think for me, sex is very sacred. I should be with one person because it's so sacred. Unfortunately, I have not been able to find that, but I know it can happen, and it can happen for you too. If that's something that you are asking for, be specific. It's like, I want to treat this as sacred. So that's an example on how receiving messages, receiving the flow of divine that flows within us, receiving messages, symbols, and the language. So it's real close to like the winged messengers. So you have also, you're able to use this energy to change the environment around you, right? Because emotions, we can make somebody, fall to their knees begging you to be happy, right? Because we can be so emotional. Men can do that too. So it's finding that balance and that serenity, and to let go, and to have, trust and assurance that everything is going to work out. So be balanced. Okay, so the number 4 card for the male is the Ark of the Covenant. It's 1111. It's a very powerful manifesting number. It's one in itself that comes down into a 2, which you are getting a lot of 2s in your reading. And the Ark of the Covenant is very beautiful because it's a cedar chest. Literally. Have you seen a cedar chest in your grandma's or in your mom's place, or your great grandma's? And they put special things inside it. And you have access to go down to the different eras of things that was put in there, right? The law was put in there. Aaron's staff was put in there. There probably music of David, probably wedding dresses of the kings and queens that lived before us. That is in the cedar chest, and it was actually the power seat, the seat of God that God sat on, that was made of gold. Gold is a symbolism for purity of perfect human. Now, that's where they come into the Dharma, into incarnation. Not reincarnation, but the incarnation in perfection. So you have access, all you males, you have access to go through the eras and actually learn from, about chivalry and how to really take care of the women. There's so many beautiful texts in the Bible. The Song of Solomon is the most perfect, or the Song of Songs. It's and it's still being sung today. It's between the bride and the bridegroom and the groom, and all the maids that is there to support the bride. So it's very beautiful. And the Shulamite woman, it means the perfect woman. So it's like the groom who sings to the perfect woman. Not to say that you're going to have perfection. Here, it takes a lot of work to get that way, but to know that it can happen. So yeah, you have so much information that you can tap into. So resources are coming your way, right? You got community. So within that community, you have family, right? You have ancestors that have lived before you, and who's feeding you all this information and knowledge. All right, so the 5th card on the feminine is the Muse. Okay, and it's number 15 card. So the Muse is, for an artist, it's somebody who gives inspiration to the creator. It's a very powerful, when you're a muse, you empower creation. You empower creativity. You are an inspiration. So look at yourself, and not look at, we were looking at, you're setting your course, you're staying balanced, but look how beautiful and what an inspiration that you are going to have men spouting prose of love poems and songs, sonnets, and that's beautiful. So the Muse is inspiration. You are inspiring these men to power up, right? To be better. I think when a man who truly loves a woman has this ability to want to always do good, and want to serve you as goddess, Not to say that that's bad. Not to say that you can be, oh, what's the word? Anyways, it's, if I think of it, I'll put it in the comments below. But anyways, it's okay for the man to serve you, because you'll want to serve the man as well. It should go both ways. Ask, receive, give. All three sides equally in the relationship. It's beautiful. Okay, the fifth card for the masculine is the Akashic field. It's very energetic. It is a force. It's the energy of the number one card, which is, really about leadership. So yeah, this is going to inspire you. This is going to, you have all this energy, and it's how you put yourself out there, how your heart responds, and how you want to talk, and it's how you want to, stand up and push out your chest a little bit, and be a man who God is calling you to be. I think society has been putting men down for so long that it's okay for men to rise, but too much force and too much hatred and too much, it just shuts off the feminine, our grace and beauty and poise. It makes us fearful because of all of the crap that us women had to go through. We have gone through thousands of years of being shut down and put down and not given a right to have power. And our right of power is not the same power as men look at power. Our power is nurturing and loving and healing. Okay, so that is our power is feminine. We have the power to change how people perceive us as well. So instead of being the victim, women, we're not the victim. We're the hero. We're the conqueror, in a very positive way, not manipulative. Okay, this is very powerful, very positive. So yeah, men, you got the energy field. It means that you can tap into whatever energies from thousands of years ago to all the way in the future, just like the Queen of Forces. Okay, this is a woman who comes in that has this power. This is just an overall energy force that everyone can tap into. All right, so yeah, it's so beautiful. All right, so for the sixth card, we have, this is summer, and then winter is upside down. So the Five of Forces. So we got inspired. This is summer is about bounty. It's about tending your garden. It's about taking care of yourself. It's how you blooming. Right? Are you staying in the bud? Has your petals been drooping? Has it been drying out? Maybe you need to take some of those layers of skin off of you and start doing self-care and taking care of yourself. This is about fertility. This is, maybe you're ready to have a family. So everything is destined to come together. Bounty, blooms. Just think of summer, not hot like it is, but like normal summers where everything is green. Green is new beginnings, it's life, it's the vitality of life. And make sure you put that into your body, eat the right foods, drink, do some exercise, beautify yourself. Because when you feel beautiful on the inside out, then it's going to be attractive to also to the man who comes into you, no matter how you look at it or what you look like, right? Because it doesn't matter, because that one special person will always be magnified to you. No matter, everyone has somebody. I promise you, everybody has somebody. All right, for the men. Oh wow, you also got all. We got all the seasons. Okay, so we go with the upright one. This is the Four of Forces, where the women got the Five of Forces, which is about the transformation. It's about water. It's about even emotions. It's about the teacher that becomes a student. The student becomes the teacher, and that cycle. Well, the Four of Forces is about society and community that is all equal sided. So these are things that um, that is coming up within you. Spring is about opening. It's about emerging. It's about the dead things that have been raked away. The land has been cultivated and hoed and been planting seeds. So now it's the seeds that are growing and it's just starting to emerge. And this is how these males are feeling, is that they're starting to emerge into their how God wants them to emerge, not how society has been wanting them with all this war and disputes and bickering. That's not how God wants. God wants unity, and this is a very unified spread, because everything is balancing off of each other really well. So yeah, so men, you're coming within your own self, to changing how your family has treated you, or how you've been programmed by society and your families for generations. There's a big change that's coming up for you men. All right, so let's get 2 clarity cards. And I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you for doing the views, and liking and subscribing. When you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell twice. You want to hit all that you want to be notified on all the videos. If you do personalize, you won't get all of them, and all of a sudden they'll be up in your feed going, wait a minute, that was up there 2 days ago. So you want to hit the all so that you get that notification right away. And please share. It's always really great to, share with your friends of what you're learning. I am constantly learning, and I just love sharing messages from the angels. All right, so clarity for the female. What card can you give us? No, not all of those. I always get like 6 or 7 that jump out. All right, so for the female, what can we get for clarity? Overall clarity. All right, and male. What can we get overall male energy for clarity? No, that's 2. I want 1. Got to talk to the divine and the angels because they pick the cards. You can't see them, but they're picking it out. All right, just so that you know, here's the cards that jumped out. You're on track. You're both on track. That there is a balance of the will, wisdom, and mind. You're being balanced. So no more always thinking about it, or what does my heart want to do. You're going to start being balanced. And you're both going to be the light. Light attracts light. So you both are going to be attractive to each other by the light source. Before I do the clarity cards, let me just ask you, on a piece of paper, write down, and I've been teaching this in the last couple of videos, but I do want to make sure I have it in here for this love and romance reading, is that what has there been that's caused you pain, suffering, and something that's made you agonize or frustrated because you can't find that perfect person, or the wrong person keeps coming? What event happened for this pain and suffering that come up? So the number one thing for most people is divorce, an abusive father, abusive uncle or aunt, or mother. All of those things, write them down. What is it that's caused you pain towards love, towards starting a family, for living in a happy marriage? What 3 things? And this is important to identify, is because your inner spirit has been protecting you from all of those things that has caused you pain and suffering. Because if it's happened when you were young, if it's happened when you're older, your spirit puts a guard up. And it's not just a heart wall. It's like overall energy. And I just released this like last night, for myself as well, especially for money. But to release that, because otherwise, no matter how intent of manifesting and praying, and how pure it is, and how specific it is, that you're not going to get it, because you are being protected by your angels, by your your inner self. So when you write those things down, don't dwell on it, just write them down and just say, okay, Spirit, thank you for protecting me from this, this, and this, and this. I no longer need to be protected. I have control now. Thank you so much for your protection and love. Now I have control. I'm bringing love and peace into this world and to this relationship. All right. And then burn it. Just get rid of it. Okay. So you might want to do that a couple of times if you kind of feel like, I also do healing sessions that are recorded and it's a one-time purchase. So that's a really great way for both of male and female to get past why all these crap people, sorry to say that, but all these people that are undesirables or that they're just don't suit you, and it keeps putting this wall up and goes, I never will find no one. Okay, so there is somebody for someone. So let's remove this protection and have the angels go ahead and start giving you what you want. Then you can be specific in your manifestations. All right, so overall clarity for the female, we have Archangel Raphael, who is of the heart. Raphael, he is the angel for healing. All right, so for those of you who have been up in the air, you've been abused, you've been, maybe you felt like an undesirable, now you're becoming a beautiful muse, you're becoming inspired, you're becoming, a force to be reckoned with, very powerful in this balance. So you have your own personal archangel working with you, Raphael. He works with healing, and it's an abundant card, number 8. 8 is all about abundance and bringing in eternal. So true love, could this be true love? You got an abundance card. Yes, it can be true love. Pure, innocent, true. Yes, it can happen. All right, for the male, ooh, you have the willow. You got another force card. So it's an energy card. The willow is really beautiful because you can't just plant a willow anywhere. So it's like a specialized tree, and kind of look at yourself as being specialized, and that you're being fed into special water. You're being created, you're being nurtured, you're being taught to be this beautiful willow that is going to be attractive to your female, because you're both going to be lights of the world. You both have this energy source. I can see very powerful coupling here as well. So yeah, you're going to be set apart. And remember, water is about emotion. So keeping the emotions level, bring serenity and peace into your life. Alleviate stress as much as you can. Work on your own self. Like we said in the beginning, is working on your own self and your own self-care. And taking care of yourself, how you want to be presented. Etiquette classes are always a wonderful thing to start, because you can adapt and change whatever you want, but you have an essence of how to take care of a woman. So etiquette classes are really beautiful. So water, again, is about healing. It's about the miracle worker, right? We're all miracle workers. It's going to show you how to be this miracle worker in your relationship, and working on this other female that's coming into your life. So it's very beautiful. Water is also about the dollar signs, and there's quite a few 5s in this spread as well for both of you. So this could be financial prosperity will open up in this manifestation. So can it be true love? Yes. Can it be destined? It looks like it can be. Predestined? I didn't get the fated card, so it could probably just, if you dream it, you can achieve it. You've already been there, so it's just a matter of the angels guiding you. And in the spreads, we have Archangel Raphael, who is working on that. It works on the heart chakra. And one thing about the heart chakra is it's a miracle chakra. The megahertz to the ancient solfeggio to the heart is 528 megahertz. And it can actually make miracles. It can regenerate your body. It takes 180 days for cells to resource or regenerate, to 100% regenerate. 180 days. So that's 3 months, right? 6 months. So you want to be able to, in the next 6 months to, work on yourself, because you're changing your DNA. You're changing how, society looks at you. You're getting family support. You're getting inspired. Just listening to this, you're going to start getting healing. So it's beautiful. Beautiful all the way around. Now, if you want to do a personalized spread just for you, again, $35 for 21 card spread. I do have other spreads that are cheaper and a little bit more expensive, so you don't have to go with that one. Just put on, and you don't even have to put down what you're even looking for, or what your thought is, until after you send the order in, and trust me, your angels will know exactly what you need to hear. So I hope this inspires all of you to know that yes, there can be true love with a solo male, solo female meeting, either by internet, walking in the park. Just get yourselves out there, be confident, and be self-assured that there is somebody for everybody, and that perfect someone is coming. So I'm so happy for you all, and keep me updated by leaving comments down below. We'll talk to you all later. My love goes out to all of you, and so much joy and peace.